Yeah.
Yeah, I will answer, I'll probably say over again what you asked me specifically because of the YouTube. And it's not, like Sam said, it's not that I couldn't hear you or nobody else could hear you. They couldn't hear you out there. That's what we're gonna do. Without any further ado, are we online?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hello, Facebook. I'd like to welcome you all today to What's Cooking at O'Connor. And we're gonna be doing another spaghetti dish today. We're using real honest to goodness ground beef this time. And, I'm gonna cook it up. I've got my sauce cooking in the back and, it's all ready to go. As soon as this is kind of give you an idea of what I've done. Yes,
Now, what do you mean this time? Wasn't it good ground beef last time?
yeah, it was the same thing. It was a different kind of ground beef last time. It was the one that came in the commodities box. And I'm glad that you brought that up because what I like to do most of the time is that I'll take what's in the commodity boxes that we get quarterly over here, and I'll try to take what's in there and make a dish out of it to give you some heads up and an idea of what you can do with it at home. It doesn't take long, and it's very, very quick, and it's very inexpensive. I try to keep my expenses down to a minimum, so that way it's easier on our seniors and people that actually use the commodity box. I use the commodity box. I get it so I can make stuff for you guys, try to make it work out. So if you're not registered to get them, you can register here. Anybody that's Knox County resident is eligible for the commodities. Comes out, what is it, Sam, quarterly? Comes out quarterly, and you pick them up here. The only thing you have to have is to show up on the day that they have, and there's a schedule up there on the wall as you come in. It's right there on the table right there. It'll tell you when the next one will be. You just have to show up here with your ID, driver's license or ID, government ID, and a proof of residence, like a lot bill or a phone bill or something that has your actual address on it. So that way they know that you're a resident of Knox County. And that way you're welcome to be fun. There's a lot of good stuff in there. This month there was 2 pounds of pistachios in the pot. And you don't see that very often. We had tuna this month, and then some people got salmon. And I did a show a few months back with salmon patties, which is probably what I'm going to do on next show. And it went quite well. I used some different mushrooms and stuff.
Okay, you said the sauce, you got it cooking in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
So this hamburger is almost like an additional sauce because you're
Well,
going
it's going to be added to it. It's the same thing.
Oh, you're gonna add it to the
I've
sauce.
got the same thing right here that I've got back there.
Oh, okay.
on the stove. It's just easier to do back there because when you have to have a mass quantity, it's hard to do. We beat it all out.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I try to do most of it in advance. And then I'll come in, I'll save a little bit. Here on that, I'll save a little bit and show you what I actually did. And that way you'll know. I use a wok whenever I cook, just about everything. And the reason that I do that is because it's very simple and fast to cook out of it. It doesn't stick if you season it right. And if you cook with your food or vegetables or whatever in there when the wok is hot, it won't stick. So that works out really well. That's the reason. And plus, I do so much that I use the wok. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started here. We'll start off with some onions, just plain old cut onions. And I'll put them in there and a little bit of olive oil.
So the olive oil is already in there.
No, let it.
So you let it heat up real hot. Then you add the olive oil with the onions.
Yes. I add my olive oil with my onions. A lot of times I'll put it in there first if I've got a lot. If I'm cooking a lot of products, whatever I've got here, but I'm not doing a lot, so I didn't put it in right after I cook. What I do is I'll put a tiny bit of salt, and I'll add some Italian seasoning, and And I have my own mixture of rosemary, thyme, coriander, dillweed, basil. I mix my own stuff. It's kind of my secret recipe. More than I do.
Is it just the three items that's in your signature, spice?
Rosemary, thyme, coriander, dillweed, basil, and a little bit of salt.
So six ingredients.
And then it's all in the big pot. And I do what I call caramelize these onions. I had a girl one time ask me, well, what is caramelize? What do you do when you caramelize? What you do is you put your onions in there, because it takes them a while to cook. And what you want to do is get them in there and get them cooking until they're transparent. What that does is that releases all the sweetness in the onion. Believe it or not, onions are really sweet.
And they smell good.
And it gives it the aroma, and it also cooks out a lot better in your whatever you add to it. Now, I'm going to just tiny bit more oil. I'm going to add my ground beef. On top of the onion.
That smells great, Mike.
Sure does.
And, I put it right on top of the onion. And then we kind of jostle them around a little bit here so that ground beef is. If I put it in, I'll do the ground beef till it gets about 98% done. And then I'll put some sauce inside it. And this is the sauce that I made this morning. I don't know, you can't really see it, but it's all homemade. There's no ragu or anything like that. It's all tomatoes and spices and seasonings and salt, right straight off this stuff. So it's been back there cooking for probably about an hour, so it should be done pretty good. Any questions so far or anything? Yes,
What temperature did you start with? I saw you take the temperature in the water.
I try to keep it about 325 on the bottom of the water. On 325 is good enough to release just about it. And it won't smoke your olive oil when you cook it. If it does, go down to about 300. Yeah. And what Hubert asked was he'd asked what the temperature of bottom of the water, because I've got one of these little temperature sensors. And I push it in there and it runs about, when I start, it runs about 320 degrees, 325 Fahrenheit. And then as you start cooking, it goes down, of course. And I try to just let it stay in there until it gets back up. And I always use wooden spoons.
Yeah, when you drain the oil when you get done with it, drain the oil before you add it to the spaghetti.
Yes. Well, what there's, if you'll notice, there's not much oil in there. So it cooks out. It cooks out straight out of the water. That's why I like to use water, because it does away with the oil that's embedded in there. And then what I'll do is I'll pick it up with a spoon, and I'll grease whatever's left in there. Or I'll use it. I use it to its advantage, and I add it to my sauce to it, because it kind of blends in with my sauce, and that way when I put it in together, it doesn't get greasy.
What kind of tomatoes do you use for the,
Well, I use canned tomatoes. Canned tomatoes, and I have an immersion blender that I'll dump it all into a pot. I'll take that immersion blender and it just liquefies it. That's why it don't have any seeds or nothing like that in it. And those skins get emulsified as well. And that works out pretty good. And it has whatever. Now, this that I'm putting in here now is called Complete Seasoning by Body. It's a Mexican, Spanish seasoning. And it's got a very good blend of spices in there, what I use. And then I put just a tiny bit of cumin. Gives it a little bit of, won't put much in there, because that cumin, it'll take over. So That's why I use that. Now I use a little bit of Italian seasoning, comes in a container as well. You can get it. I'm not supported by Sam's or anything, but it's a lot easier to buy it over there because if you buy bulk quantities. Or if you're lucky enough to find some Italian seasoning at Dollar Tree, you can get it for $1. So that, and it's all, the Italian seasonings are all the same. I could make my own and it wouldn't be a tiny bit different than what I got at that time. But now this other blend that I make, my rosemary and stuff, that's strictly, I use it on a lot of stuff. And it gives it a good flavor, you'll see. And it doesn't tend to overpower. We've got a good mix up here with ground beef,
You ever make your homemade sauce?
yeah. And we've been with just tomatoes and them off the vine. I would if I had a garden. My yard won't grow grass, that's less than kind of vegetable. Well, most of the stuff, and the reason why, I'll be honest with you, the reason why I use the canned stuff is because I go back to my basic roots and the whole show is using the stuff that's in the commodity box. And there's usually some pasta sauce that comes in there that's really, really good. And it's unbelievable that it's as good or better than any of those canned sauces like Ragu or any of those brand name mixed up stuff. And it works really, really well. And then I'll mix it with
Do you find that you use less salt when you have a mixture of
Yes.
the herbs?
yes. She asked if I find that it uses less salt. And yes, I do. And the reason that I do is because my cardiologist told me if I didn't put any salt, I was going to die. So I don't salt nothing much, just a tiny, tiny bit to start, and then nothing else is salt. I use no salt added vegetables.
But isn't there a salt already in the pasta itself?
It will be some salt in the canned vegetables that I use, but if you'll notice it's, when you mix it all together and you add it up and add the other stuff in there, it tends to drop the level because you've got more. And sometimes I'll put some, if I'm making a chili or something, I'll get some no salt chicken broth and use chicken broth. Or if I notice that it's a little bit too salty, I'll add water. I don't like to use water, but I will this year.
I think people might enjoy knowing what you've done with the health department, your certification and such.
Oh, yeah, I got a certification with the health department on how to use my utensils and on how to keep stuff with the temperatures and the certain temperatures that you keep the products. I got certified in that back in the summer, beginning of the summer. So that way I wouldn't poison anybody. So, but I am certified with the health department. So that's why I wear gloves and I don't touch my face. If I touch my face, I'll change my gloves, but I have been known to forget and do that. And that's the main reason why I do that. And why I got certified, so I would know what to do. And we also do full peanuts. We do craft fairs and different shows. And I do full peanuts. My wife does crafts and stuff. So that also helps me back when I do that different stuff. Put just a tiny bit more Italian seasoning here. And we'll let it cook down just a little bit to get rid of some of the water. A little bit of water in that. I've also got some more ground beef that I cooked when I did the other sauce back there. And I'm gonna put it in because I didn't have enough room in my saucepan. So I'm gonna add it to this. That's what this is. It's just ground beef that I did with some onions.
So that's already good.
It's already cooked. I'm just gonna heat it up It's gonna heat it up a little bit.
And one reason why you're doing this is because you're getting us samples.
Right. I make massive quantities, because I don't ever know how many people's gonna show up. I'm hoping one day that I'll be cooking and everybody will be all the way to the stage. That's what I'm hoping. Not necessarily because I'm that good, but just because people want to learn how to do all this stuff. Because this is something I've worked a long time on. This building around. A little bit of background. About 20 to 30 years ago, back when those that live here in Knoxville knows about the old Knoxville High School used to be the Board of Education building years ago. And on Mondays and Wednesdays and Tuesday nights, they had adult education over there at night. And there was this little old Korean lady that had a restaurant in town, but she retired. Then she started having classes like it. Well, I went to the first class, the little Oriental cooking class, where it taught you, and she would give you all these recipes. She would show you how to do it, how they did it over there in Korea. They done have the spice mixtures and stuff. Kind of realized 2 years later, I took that class for 2 years. I had an associate's degree in Oriental cooking and didn't even know it. So that's why, that was one of the things that I was, I guess about 22, 23 years old when I took that class. And I've loved it ever since. I've never worked in a restaurant, never owned my own restaurant, but I just like to cook for people. That way, and I figured out different ways to make it cheaper. And that's the key. That's the key, especially today when you go to the grocery store and you look down. My wife and I went into the IGA up in Townsend to get a small bottle of cooking oil. It's a small bottle of cooking oil, Weston. The large container of Weston, not the gallon, just the regular, what is it, 32 ounce size? It's $9.50.
Recently,
Yes. I thought to myself, I've got to find it cheaper than that. We went to a smaller bottle in the store we're in, but it was still $5. Just that little small bottle. So that's why I try to use different things. If I'm going to pay $9, $10, $12 for some oil, I'm going to get some good quality extra virgin olive oil, which is better for you anyway. And I'll use it. The only problem with olive oil is it has a lower smoke point. And you can't cook as hot with it as you can with the other stuff, which is a little bit awkward when you start doing stir fry. So if I do a chicken stir fry, I'll use peanut oil. Peanut oil has a very high flash point. I can cook it at 400 degrees and not have to do that.
those body spices
Mhm.
are a little less expensive too.
They are. They're a lot less expensive. Body spices are less expensive. I get them at the city, any regular grocery store.
Yeah. Publix has it.
Others. That's pretty much the story behind my ground beef, my basis for my sauce.
Now that doesn't look like it needs to be drained, does it?
No, it has maybe, I'd say there's probably less than a tablespoon full of water. Maybe closer to a teaspoon.
When you, at any time, are you like in the kitchen at the same time cooking?
She don't cook.
Yeah, she don't cook nothing. She
She don't
makes
cook.
it.
Oh.
And to be quite honest with you, she won't eat much of nothing that I make.
Yeah, she sticks up her nose, doesn't she?
Well, not really sticks up her nose, she just won't eat, there's certain things she won't eat. And usually, I'll pick those certain things she won't eat, cooks, that way I have them.
Oh, she's a picky eater.
Yeah, I'm not, I'll eat anything, don't eat me.
Yeah.
And that's another reason when I make spaghetti, I don't know, she'll eat my spaghetti. long as she don't think that it's got kangaroo or jackrabbit in it. But, I use angel hair pasta when I do that, because I'd rather taste the sauce and the meat instead of.
That's a thin pasta, right?
Your pardon?
That's a thin pasta, right?
Yes, it's real thin pasta. You'll see, I've got a big tub of it back here. And, I guess you guys are ready.
We're ready.
We'll service the stuff. Sam, you want me to sign off Facebook?
If you would sign off and tell them that we'll post when your next show's gonna happen.
All right.
I see you've got your assistant back
I
there.
do, and she's probably one of the best assistants I've ever had. Don't ask no questions, she just.
She found keys.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. So, anyway, Facebook folks, we appreciate y'all tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned a little bit of something. And I hope that I was good enough with my question and answers that you got what I was asking you. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, but, I was wondering, you said it's ground beef. Usually ground beef has a lot of grease in it. I was wondering.
Well, I use like a 90-10 and 80-20.
Yeah.
What I use. That's why when I put the
Yeah.
oil in there, it doesn't really, it's not greasy. You'll see when we get it in there. Yeah.
How come, ground chuck costs more than ground beef?
Big word.
How come ground chuck costs more than ground beef?
Because it has less fat in it, and it comes from a different area.
Oh.
The chuck comes out on the back.
Will you repeat that question, Mike?
What?
Will you repeat that
Oh,
question?
ask her what the difference between the ground chuck and the ground beef was. It's just a different cut that has less marbling and less fat.
Oh,
That's what makes it different price.
Yes, sir. Do you have a question? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, Facebook, have a great evening. We'll post on the O'Connor website when the next show will be. And I really, really appreciate your support and coming on to watch. It's a shame though that you ain't here. I can't get it to you, and I can't fax you a bowl of this stuff. You'll have to just try it out yourself. Yeah, the recipe should be on the website, and we have little papers over here.
Do we have copies, paper copies?
So, until we meet again, you have a nice evening, and thanks for tuning in.
all right.
And,
Yay.
okay, guys, you got it. You got it.
So while they're wrapping up and getting things out to serve, you should have a little sheet of paper in front of you that is a survey. Please give Mike any suggestions for the show. Also, if you did not know already, when you
No
come,
way. Well, I'll tell you, sir, what do you want?
Mike's still hot.
Also, if you did not know already, when you come into the center, every time you come into the center, we have a kiosk. When you click sign in, and you click cooking or health fair or whatever you're here for at the center, that really helps us keep our programs rocking and rolling. So since you're here, if you did not already, before you leave today, please go up to the kiosk, click cooking, because that tells the state, our grant funders, anybody who wants anything to know about O'Connor, tell them that you liked cooking and you came out to it. So please, before you leave, stop by the front desk, and if you don't know, you can ask our front desk receptionist, John or Pat or Miss Sherry, and they can show you how to do that. It looks like John's got an announcement. It's looking like this.
Well, sign it and put
Both buttons.
not the sign.
Both buttons. You got click sign in and cooking. And maybe if you're here for the health fair, you should click health fair too. Thank you so much for coming out. If you'll hang out for just a minute, we'll get you some samples, and then you can tell us what you really think, because it looks good. Now let's see if it tastes good. So thanks for coming, guys.
All right.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3-2.
We're never here on Friday. I only got enough shows. You might get it.
See, I think that's nice. Nice phrase.
I was sitting there trying to watch you put and try to eat off the tray.
It's hard to see like, I'm glad you come.
I like you.
Yes, you are. I say, I love Chef I know it's good. Thank you so much.
Sam, can I help?
You can get it there. You have to rent a car.
Well, we're not gonna do it here, man. Big old 5 pounds. Here's
I've heard that.
big old.
Is there anybody that is waiting on a bus, that is about to leave for a bus?
Yes, sir, them
Is
first.
there anybody else that's like on time sensitive? You gotta get on your bus.
12
Anybody
o'clock,
else?
12 o'clock.
It is 11:40. 12 o'clock.
Gee.
That's great, that's
I can see for my.
Well, it pays for itself. And the rest of it, about 8 years ago. Yes, please. That's good. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. Volunteers.
Did anybody watch the American Idol?
I never watched it.
It's got on there some.
I know what it is, but I never watched it. Really good. So you don't walk over. What do you think, Darryl?
Pat up front wants it. Are y'all gonna take samples up front with Sam? Sam. Because Pat wants, told me to be sure.
We did read our past.
I'm sure we're gonna.
That was good. I know. There's more.
Just walking around.
Are you?
You hear it, Tony?
You're almost back to your regular self.
Claudia, get in here.
Is Claudia back there? She can hear.
Oh my God.
Claudia.
Okay, I gotta go make more. My cousin has put the ship.
Well, thank you.
That's good, thank you very much.
Well, you like it? Good?
Oh my God, this is good. And especially on doggone restaurants around Knoxville. Great restaurants in Elmer. I have two families in Elmer.
Really?
I'm done.
Don't tell them.
Hey, is you still here? Oh.
Hey, thanks, Jack, that was good.
Thank you, Sharon. Thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah, they're underneath there. Oh, all right. Okay. Oh, I used to.
Hey, you know.